Our ocean is paradise, beauty everywhere, us on land, fishes in the sea. Oh, what a paradise, oh, what a mystery. The music we are feeling, love for all ages, to gaze upon your beauty in all your phases. We can all celebrate our ocean paradise. See the beauty, hear the siren song. One small moment, it won't be long. The music we are feeling, love for all ages, to gaze upon your beauty in all your phases.
I'm at the Coral-Reef-Symposium in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It's July the 9th, 2008. Day 3 of a 5-day conference. We've been talking with people on blogtalkradio.com, Liquid Lounge. We're talking about the water side, really the underwater side. Coral reefs are in trouble around the world. Global warming, pollution, overfishing, all of those issues. People need to recognize they need to make some changes in their behavior. We need to stop shark finning. We need to stop overfishing. We need to educate, inform, and communicate. That's the purpose of the Blue Green Network. BlueGreenNetwork.com and Liquid Lounge on blogtalkradio.com. 1 p.m. on Wednesday.
Booth with Todd Barber. Todd, tell me a little bit about your impressions of the conference, what's happened so far, and then we'll talk a little bit about the reef balls themselves.
It's been a very exciting conference. It opened up with the governor talking to everybody and the researchers in the community that are into corals and bringing everybody together really with a mission to help save the coral reefs around the world. And it's been a very, very packed conference. There's been a lot of people here. We've got a booth that's been crowded all week long, and really been a lot of exciting science coming out. We had 5 different posters on reef balls posted in this conference, and really are learning a lot of new, exciting scientific things that are being impacted.
We can all celebrate our ocean paradise. See the beauty, hear the siren song. One small moment, it won't be long. The music we are feeling, love for all ages, to gaze upon your beauty in all your phases. Our ocean is paradise, beauty everywhere, us on land, fishes in the sea. Oh, what a paradise, oh, what a mystery. Oh, what a paradise, oh, what a mystery. Yeah, 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 yeah.
My name is Carrie Hines. I'm with the Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary, which is actually part of a network of national marine sanctuaries managed by NOAA, which is the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. The Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary encompasses 2,900 square nautical miles surrounding the Florida Keys. And it was designated in 1990 by an act of Congress, and a management plan was established in 1997 through a vast amount of public input and scoping meetings. And what the sanctuary does is it's place-based management. The Florida Keys contains the 3rd largest barrier reef in the world, and so what we have there is we have, at the sanctuary, we have scientists, researchers who have been doing ongoing monitoring of the reefs surrounding us to better understand them, to better assess their health, and to better assess where they're going in the future. Now, I'm here at the International Coral Reef Symposium, which happens about every 4 years, and this is the first time that it's been in the continental U.S. and I think about 3 decades. And I'm very hopeful, despite a lot of the doom and gloom messages that are coming from people and that are actually being perpetuated by our friends, the media. The reality is very sobering, and there was actually a report released this Monday, and it is the state of the coral reef ecosystems in the U.S. and elsewhere. And it's released every 3 years, and this is the 3rd report of its kind. And basically what it's told us is that many of the reefs are in desperate and poor condition. But even after that report was released, I still am slightly optimistic, because with all the monitoring, all the assessment, all the studying, all the researchers that are converging here, you have to understand something and know it if you're to combat it. And so the management plans and the action plans that are going to come out of this conference and conferences like it are going to be based on science and supported by science. And we have a great foundation of research so that we can move forward to actually implement hard and fast action. One thing that I think it's important for most people to realize when you're talking about coral reefs, you hear a lot about bleaching, you hear a lot about water quality. There are so many different stressors for coral reefs. There is no silver bullet. There is no single one answer that's going to save them. There are things that you can do locally. There's things that individuals that we can do. Some of those things, as a matter of fact, 2008 is actually the International Year of the Reef. And we've put out a messaging campaign which says things like change to compact fluorescent light bulbs. And we're promoting that just as something in action someone can take because of the amount of CO2 that is in the atmosphere is actually absorbed by the ocean, and that changes the pH of the ocean and can lead to something called ocean acidification. I don't want people to get too bogged down with that, but that is just an example of one thing you can do. Another thing we promote is not buying coral jewelry, because you're actually perpetuating basically a curio for either your home or for something you're wearing, and it's not sustainable, and it's often the practices to harvest this coral is very damaging. And as many people know, coral takes a long time to grow. It grows at different rates, but it essentially grows a lot slower than most people realize, and it is a living organism. And I think for the layman, I think for the general public, I think a lot of people don't realize that coral is actually living. And another thing you can do, just a single person and action you can take, is if you are a diver or a snorkeler, and I know a lot of people in South Florida are, and that's where I'm living right now and enjoying the Keys, and I want to keep on enjoying that diving and snorkeling for decades to come, but don't touch the reef. Don't touch it. Don't kick it. Practice good buoyancy. So those are just examples of some things you can do as an individual, but we also need to realize that saving coral reefs and protecting them is going to take working across jurisdictions, whether they be state boundaries, regional boundaries, and even international. It's this idea of connectivity. Essentially what happens in the Gulf of Mexico affects what happens in the Keys, and you're often going to see that spill over into the wider Caribbean. So collaborating on a level of this kind, this is an international conference, and there's people from Indonesia and Palau and Bali and Kuwait and the Middle East and the Pacific, and I'm just inspired, and I am very hopeful that outcomes, the actual action outcomes of this conference and others like it, we can actually curb or stem the tide of the decline. But I am ever an optimist. So if you'd like more information actually about the Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary or NOAA's National Marine Sanctuary Program, the website is sanctuaries.noaa.gov, and NOAA is N-O-A-A, so sanctuaries.noaa.gov. And thanks, Ken, for this opportunity. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for listening.
From the Coral Reef Symposium, Broward County Convention Center, July 10th, this is Ken English for the Blue Green Network.